Hey everyone, welcome back. So today's video is going to be the kickoff of a series I'm starting here on my channel. I'm going to be doing the top 10 things that I've bought, and I'm going to do different categories. Today is going to be makeup. These are the top 10 makeup items that I have purchased this year. This is going to help give you some gift ideas for the upcoming season, or maybe you just want to buy something for yourself. You know, Christmas is around the corner, but so are, you know what, give me a holiday and I can celebrate it today and buy myself a gift, you know? I am going to be continuing this with fashion and skincare and whatever else I come up with until I run out of ideas. But I really think that this is going to be helpful to pinpoint some specifics that I would recommend as gifts, as well as help gauge what I'm really loving this year. All in all, we've done a yearly roundup. These are the things that stood out to me the most. So I'm going to start at the top of the year, and at the top of the year I had found this foundation, the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Skin Foundation, and I think in almost every single Get Ready With Me or tutorial, whatever name you want to slap on it, I have worn this foundation. I love it. I did do an entire video demo and review on it. To spare you all the details, I will put that in a card and link it below, but long story short, it's amazing. It will always be in my drawer. It is formulated for all skin types. It gives, I would say, like a light to medium coverage. It is buildable. It really looks flawless. It looks like skin. It is amazing. I have the shade LN3, which I wore all summer. I probably could have went a little darker, but you know, after you apply your foundation, then you go in with bronzer and all that stuff. It really, you know, it works. I love this. I think it is beautiful. I think the packaging is really well done. It's a drugstore product. It is amazing. What else can I say about it? I love it. I really love it, and I think you should just go on out and try it. It has an SPF of 20 in it, so it might not be best for, you know, flash photography, but I don't do a lot of that, so love this. Smashbox Photo Finish Serene Greens Primer Water. So the original primer water, I like the formula of this, but I particularly love the Serene Greens. This was a limited edition, but it's still available. Collaboration with another YouTuber, I believe her name is Nicole Concilio. There were 3 different scents. There was like an orangey zest one, there was a coconut one, and then there was this. This, my friends, is my favorite. I love it. I think they need to make this scent permanent. This is silicone free, and silicones, I've really gathered, clog my pores and cause irritation and breakouts in my kind of sensitive skin. This is silicone free, and what else is it free? It's also alcohol free. Alcohol is incredibly drying to the skin. It is in a lot of foundations, but if I do a primer with alcohol, and then I do a foundation with alcohol, and then I like reset my face later with, you know, setting spray with alcohol, it's so drying that my skin just doesn't look good anymore. This is wonderful. It's a light way to prime your face. You can also use it to refresh your makeup, and you can also use it to set your makeup. I absolutely love this. It doesn't clog my pores or cause any sort of irritation, and they need to make this scent permanent. This isn't an overly interesting find, but it's affordable and it gets the job done, and I will no longer be spending more than this for an eyeshadow primer. The Milani eyeshadow primer. It's great. It is fantastic. This is the shade 01 Nude. I'm not sure if there's other colors or shades, but this, it literally holds on every color eyeshadow under the moon. It's wonderful, and it's drugstore. So I actually bought this because Emily Noel 83 recommended this over and over and over again. I'm like, fine, twist my arm. I've tried all the more expensive ones. Let me just go to the drugstore. Well, she's right. So yes, this is a wonderful eyeshadow primer. Speaking of Emily, yes, this is one of my favorite purchases of the year. I did 4 looks with this palette, so I will link that playlist below if you have this palette and you didn't see any of my videos. I loved this. I think this was $20 or something like crazy like that. Super affordable. I hope it is still available. But this is her, the Emily Edit The Wants palette. It has oh my goodness, a lot of colors in it. Here's what the colors look like. There's mattes, there are shimmery colors. It has a huge, fantastic mirror. I think this makes an excellent gift for somebody because, you know, eyeshadow is one of those gifts that you don't have to worry about color so much. And what I mean by that is that if you get something like this, there's bound to be shades in here that the person's going to like or use. You know, when you go to buy foundation for somebody, or even sometimes lipstick, like, eyeshadow is easy. You know, everyone can wear eyeshadow. So I love this palette, and I think that this is a beautiful collaboration. I think she did a really good job. I did not have any issues with the formula or the blending or any of this. I was very pleasantly surprised. And this was my first Makeup Revolution purchase. So my introduction to the shadows, if they're all like this, then that's great. I'll have to try more. I also wanted to include this one. This is the Needs palette. So this is the face palette. It has a bronzer, a blush, a highlighter. This kind of shade you can use as an under eye setting powder, or even to set your whole face, or just as a matte cream or matte eyeshadow. And then it has 6 eyeshadow shades in here. In fact, the look that I did with this palette, I think was one of my favorites. It was very daytime but glam. So you'll have to check that out. But I really loved both of these palettes. Very well done, affordable, and make great gifts. I think if you buy both of these, it's less than $35 or around $35. Next, we have this. This is by Ren. This is the Perfect Canvas Skin Finishing Serum. So basically what this is you can use this as your makeup primer. You can also use this as a finishing serum after you do all of your skincare. Maybe you just need a little bit more hydration. Maybe you don't like primers and you prefer something that's a little bit more skincare to create that tacky base for foundation. Because essentially, a primer holds your makeup on, but it also creates a really tacky base for the foundation to adhere to. This does that. The Ren Clean Skincare line is formulated specifically for people with really sensitive skin. It is free of a whole bunch of skin irritants. So it comes in the dropper, and you just put it in your hands, and I tap it all over my face, and it just really preps the skin beautifully. It gives the hydration, but it also creates a nice tacky base for foundation to stick to. This is also silicone free, so it's not going to clog any of your pores, and if you're anything like me, cause those breakouts. Hi baby, what do you want? So this year I didn't buy a ton of makeup, but I'm really happy with the things that I did buy. I think all these things are wonderful. So this is a more recent purchase, the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I think I've talked about this in darn near every video since I bought it. I've used this in a couple Get Ready With Me's, but basically this is a filter in a bottle. This is going to give you an all-over super healthy skin glow. If you are a drier or more mature skin type and you miss the days of old where you naturally had that, because that all just, for some reason, it decides to fade as we get older. And it doesn't have to. You can put it back in. So you can mix this with a sunscreen, mix it with your tinted moisturizer, mix it with your moisturizer, use it as a cream highlighter, mix it in with your foundation, use it as a primer. Basically, it filters your face. It gives you that soft, focus, glow, youthful skin. It is stunning. It comes in shades. I have shade 2, and it is a doe foot applicator. So you can just, we don't want to do this. I don't have a beauty sponge, but you can just do it on top of your already finished foundation to add in a little bit of glow, to touch up your face if you need a little touch up. All I know is that it's really seriously gorgeous, and I find it's hard to translate the beauty through the camera lens. You really have to put this on your face, put this on your hand, and you will get it. You'll be like, oh my gosh, this is just, it's such a subtle elegance. It's a subtle glow, but it's enough. It's not so subtle you can't see it. It's subtle in all the right ways. Oh goodness. Okay, so this next thing I didn't technically buy, but it was gifted to me, and I love it. I have used this so much. I've paired this with several other palettes when I'm in a pinch and I need some matte shades that I know I'm going to love. The Vizia Grand Pro palette. This was a limited thing that had first come out on, maybe it was Sephora, but definitely Beautylish. And now it's on the Sephora website again. And this is the volume 1. They have since come out with a volume 2. But this volume 1 is all matte. And I love Viziart's mattes. I love matte eyeshadows. I love the Viziart formula. You can depot these out of this and put it into a magnetic palette if that's more your jam. You can just pop these out. Maybe you just want to take a couple shades to travel, some of your favorites, you can pop them out of here. These are all matte. You know, and I wouldn't even be afraid of some of these brighter colors, because when you blend out something bright like that in the crease, like I have today, I'm not wearing this color, I'm actually wearing a color which I'll get to in a minute. It's really pretty in the crease. And in a pinch, you could use it as blush if you had to. But I really love these Viziart shadows. I find that they blend gorgeously, effortlessly. And I'm not a professional. I've self-taught. And so if the shadow helps a girl out, I am going to use it every time. I just really love it. A really nice, well-done palette here. And I think this would really wow somebody too, because you get a lot of colors in here. Okay, so this is what I'm wearing, the Sultry palette. I really like this. I think this might be one of my favorites that she has come out with because I personally love all these lid shades. I like a really bright lid. I have this shade in my crease. I have blue mixed with a little bit of birch, and then I have this rose gold shade all over my lid. This is really pretty. Now it is a little bit messy to work with, but just do your eyes first. You know, if you're not used to doing that, just switch it up because some of these more glittery shades are so pretty on the lid, but they're a little messy to work with. But what glitter isn't? I mean, unless it's liquid, and even then it can be messy. It's worth the work. It's worth the effort for the finished eye look. I really am enjoying this. I think it's a nice neutral palette with a few warmer colors. But you know what? When you pair that with a little cooler tone, it just brings it to life. And so I think the packaging is really pretty. I love the name. I did do a look with this, which I will put in the description box as well. The 10th item is actually the newest item sitting here. And I've only used this 3 times. But I've used it enough, and I have other of her shadows to tell you I knew that I would love the formula. The Natasha Denona Gold Palette. I really like this. If you are looking for, I think this is actually really great for holiday parties because you have so many beautiful lid shades. There are 9 shimmery, metallic-y, gorgeous colors, and then there's the 6 mattes. It is an all-in-one conclusive palette because you have your matte blending shades and your crease shades. You have some things to darken up. Some of these are going to be a little bit more like a topper and not necessarily completely opaque. Like, let's see, I think it's this color right here. It's more glittery. Like, it looks like it's going to be an opaque white, but it's actually more of like a glittery top coat. I use my finger for a lot of these just because I find that it really applies easiest with your finger. You can use a brush, just wet it. Beautiful. If you like these colors, then this is definitely a good palette to pick up. It's got a nice mirror in it too, like a decent sized mirror. If you're going to travel, it's actually a decent sized usable mirror. So this also I think would make a great gift. Natasha Denona is a little bit more of an investment palette, but look at that. I mean, you open this up and you just know it's going to be good. I mean, look at the package. So those are the top 10 makeup things that I bought this year, and I'm very excited to roll on into the fashion and the skincare. Let me know if there's another category you would like me to hit, or maybe you want me to break up fashion into something more specific. Let me know. I can do that. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out and give this video a huge like if you enjoyed yourself, and I will chat with you guys very soon.